30 years of joyfulness. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Midday News. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM, hits 103.9 FM in Accra, on Love 99.5 in Kumasi, myjoyonline.com. We're also live in all 16 regions of Ghana via our various affiliates, live on X Spaces and Facebook. The Midday News is supported by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. Coming up, tension between Office of the Special Prosecutor and Ken Ofori-Atta hits the roof as the Special Prosecutor threatens to redeclare the former Finance Minister as a wanted man and initiate moves to extradite him if he fails to show up on June 2nd for interrogation. We have details as a private legal practitioner, Martin Pebu, says the OSP can file criminal charges against Ken Ofori-Atta in respect of the suspected criminal offences, even if he refuses to show up.
So if Ofori-Atta is told, come and write your charge statement, and he says he will not come, then by all means, the court will be able to go ahead. Yes.
Plus, we'll speak to the legal team of the former finance minister. Also coming up this afternoon, chairman of the Constitution Review Committee admits the 1992 Constitution wills excessive power to the president.
The president does indeed have disproportionate power, and nothing good that you want done in this town can move if you don't get the attention of the president.
Well, we'll tell you, as the committee says, outcome of the review will be out by August 2025. Now, civil society groups sent Ghana Slums 2025 budget's 1 billion cedi allocation for dredging polluted rivers, calling it woefully inadequate to tackle the devastating impact of illegal mining.
And we can see the Pra River at the moment. The color, you can clearly see from here that it's contaminated. And this is as a result of the illegal mining.
Well, we also have sports, and when the media is silenced, the voiceless suffer the most. In our latest Hotline documentary, Mic On, Barriers Off, we explore what a free media means for persons with disabilities.
An attack on the media is also an attack on us. So let us speak against the attacks of journalists and also stand up boldly to defend the media.
Defend media freedom.
Also calls grow for the new IGP to scrap Dr. Dampari's centralized communications policy, which has sidelined regional PROs and restricted information flow.
Something that happens in Boko. The Boko divisional commander, the Boko PRO cannot speak about it. But somebody at the national headquarters who is not at Boko, who did not see what happened, will talk about it. How? I know Mr. Iwonu is going to revert that.
And in our Ghana One series, we'll take you through the evolution of the Kotoka International Airport. These and more with me, Maame Esi Nyamekye Thompson. This is Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible. Please stay. And this afternoon, the tension between Special Prosecutor Kisi Jabing and Ken Ofori-Atta has hit the roof after the former Finance Minister sued the Office of the Special Prosecutor for declaring him a wanted man. Mr. Ofori-Atta contends in his suit that the OSP has no basis in law to declare him wanted and wants the High Court to injunct the OSP from ever declaring him as a wanted man. In response to this suit, the Special Prosecutor has threatened to not only redeclare the former finance minister as a wanted man if he fails to show up in person at the agreed date of 2nd June for questioning, he'll also issue an Interpol red notice and extradite him to Ghana. More on that shortly, but what is the antecedent to this? Kwekwa Santi of our Legal Affairs Desk has details.
On 12th February, Special Prosecutor Kisi Ajebin at a news conference revealed Ken Ofori-Atta, the former finance minister, had become a subject of criminal investigations for corruption and corruption-related offences by his office.
Contractual arrangements between Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited and the Ghana Revenue Authority for the stated objective of the enhancement of revenue assurance in the downstream petroleum sector, upstream petroleum production, and minerals and metals resources value chain. Termination of a distribution, loss reduction, and associated network improvement project contract between the Electricity Company of Ghana Limited and Beijing Xiaochen Technology BXC. Procurement of contractors and materials and activities and payments in respect of the National Cathedral project, payments out of and utilization of the tax refund account of Ghana Revenue Authority.
The special prosecutor decision to declare Ken Ofori-Atta wanted stemmed from his belief that the former finance minister had absconded from the country in order not to avail himself for investigations. Lawyers for Ken Ofori-Atta had written to the OSP indicating the former minister had traveled outside the country to seek medical attention. Ken Ofori-Atta himself explained in a statement later that he had sought permission from both the former and current chiefs of staff before traveling out of the country. This matter became a matter of intense debate in Parliament, especially after national security operatives raided the home of the former finance minister. Subsequently, the minority leader, Alexander Afenyomakin, revealed the contents of a letter from Ken Ofori-Atta's lawyers to the OSP, in which the former minister had committed to return to the country after May, when his scheduled medical treatment would have concluded. On the receipt of this letter, the special prosecutor removed Ken Ofori-Atta from the list of wanted persons from his website, but demanded a strict adherence to the timeline provided for Ken Ofori-Atta's return to the country. Ken Ofori-Atta has since sued the national security operatives who searched his home and has also filed an action against the OSP for declaring him wanted. Kweku Asante for Joy News.
Well, we have a member of Ken Ofori-Atta's legal team, Frank Davis, on the line with us. But before we go to him, Kweku is here in the studio with me to get into the latest release from the special prosecutor. Kweku, what are the contentions in the suit filed by Ken Ofori-Atta?
So if you look at the reliefs that Ken Ofori-Atta is seeking in this action, he wants the court to actually declare that the declaration as a wanted man was actually not properly done, and that he wants a perpetual injunction restraining the office of the special prosecutor from carrying out its threat in the press release issued on the 18th of February 2025 on repeating what they call unlawful re-entry of the applicant's, that's Ken Ofori-Atta's name, as a wanted person, or declaring him a fugitive from justice. They want the court to direct the OSP to list documents that they may require from the applicant, that is Ken Ofori-Atta, for investigation, and serve same on the lawyers for Ken Ofori-Atta for them to furnish these documents with the special prosecutor without necessarily having to declare him a wanted man.
Now tell us about the latest threats of the OSP.
So in this public press release put out by the special prosecutor, the office says Mr. Ofori-Atta formally requested the OSP to remove his name from the OSP's list of wanted persons with the assurance that he would make himself available for questioning on a definite date. The OSP, in good faith and on the basis of Mr. Ofori-Atta's assurance, granted this request. Mr. Ofori-Atta is mandatorily required to appear in person before the OSP on 2nd June 2025. If he fails to attend to the OSP on the scheduled date, he shall be re-entered on the OSP's list of wanted persons, and the OSP shall consider him a fugitive from justice, whereupon the OSP will cause the issuance of an Interpol red notice in this regard, and also cause the initiation of extradition proceedings in any jurisdiction in which he may find himself. The OSP remains unwavering in the commitment to enforcing the law and ensuring that Mr. Ofori-Atta answers for his role as, quote, the prime suspect in 5 ongoing corruption and corruption-related investigations. Kise Jabin signs the statement himself.
Thank you, Kweku Asante. Meanwhile, private legal practitioner Martin Pibu has also been reacting to this and says the OSP can file criminal charges against Ken Ofori-Atta in respect of the suspected criminal offences, even if he refuses to show up for questioning.
To be clear, by practice, he must meet. But if he doesn't, I can also imagine that our courts will create an exception in order to let the case go on. Because if they don't do that, then it means that with Ofori-Atta's failure to come to the NIB, then it means that, to the OSP, all the 5 cases against him cannot proceed.
Right.
No, the law doesn't work that way.
Right.
And let me give you one example of Ofori-Atta's case. In the ACP Dr. Benjamin Agodo case, when they were rearrested the second time, because we're not happy about how they dealt with us, even though we're at the NIB, they refuse to write their statements. That's the charge statement. So it's the same as saying that no comment. And so the case went to court and it was dealt with. So if Ofori-Atta is told, come and write your charge statement, and he says he will not come, then by all means, the court will be able to go ahead. Yes.
Martin Pegu is a private legal practitioner. Thankfully, we're joined on the line by a member of the legal team for Ken Ofori-Atta, Frank Davis. We're grateful for your time, sir, on the Midday News. First of all, let me find out from you, how is Ken Ofori-Atta faring?
Thank you for the opportunity and a good afternoon to your listening viewers. Ken is in pretty good shape. He's doing fine by his grace, and we're looking forward.
Right. Is he able to meet the deadline set by the OSP to appear before him on 2nd June?
Let me put this matter out clearly. You know, I'm getting a bit disappointed. My disappointment is sinking each and every other day. You have been served with a process, with an originating notice of motion. It is refreshing that the OSP himself has considered that the processes have been served both on himself personally and his office. As a trained lawyer and occupying such an auspicious office, what I thought he would have done was to respond. But not to engage in this knee-jerk reactions, this showboating and unnecessary courting of publicity by doing a presser. Come on, you have engaged with the man. Who is telling the OSP that Ken Ofori-Atta is fleeing from prosecution or what? You have agreed on 2nd of June.
Well, yeah.
The 2nd of June is 2 months away. I don't know whether the special prosecutor has turned into a soothsayer, a magician, or a clairvoyant left.
Well, you also
go. I mean, so why? No. Why this rush?
Do you not give him reason to? Do you not give him reason to, having sued him in court? I mean, telling him he shouldn't declare your client a wanted man, and also the fact that your client is still outside the country as we speak.
Our client is still outside. Is he not outside for a reason? Has that reason not been made known to the special prosecutor through exchange of correspondence? What else should be done? You have agreed that the man should come on the 2nd of June. Why don't you wait for that date?
So do you think he's doing this in bad faith? You think he's doing this in bad faith?
It is in very, very bad faith. It is extreme bad faith. It is unethical and unprofessional coming from a trained lawyer.
How then do you...
Yes?
Please go ahead.
No, go on.
I wanted to know from you, how then do you intend to proceed, knowing what's happening right now?
Well, I am just urging the special prosecutor and his office that they should respond to the originating notice of motion served on them and stop this unnecessary press conferences and presses.
But as the OSP, he's just doing his job. He wants to question Ken Ofori-Atta. He's not in the country. It looks like he's not convinced about him returning.
Why? That Ken can make himself invisible. That Ken can decide to go and hide where and not come to Ghana when there are so many processes that can be used to get him to come into this country. I mean, why are you behaving like children? I mean, come on. If the special prosecutor has work to do, he should respond to the originating notice of motion, which has been served on him. 2nd June is months away. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross that bridge. Left.
Well,
but for now, Ken Ofori-Atta has not told anyone that he's not coming to Ghana.
Well,
not even to the special prosecutor.
You go ahead and take him to court. On which basis are you doing this? The special prosecutor is only doing his job. He has gone ahead to say that you have to come before me, or otherwise I'm going to declare you a wanted man and even go ahead to extradite you into the country. How do you react to this?
Don't you think, right. Don't you think Ken Ofori-Atta is also entitled to his rights you were saying that the special prosecutor is doing his work. You don't think Ken Ofori-Atta is also deserving of a protection of his legal and fundamental human rights?
But has his liberty been curtailed in any way?
His liberty has not been curtailed. But are you saying that he doesn't have any right to sue the special prosecutor?
Everybody does have rights.
Office? Yes. Yes, so he has sued him. There is an action pending against him. Like I said, all I expect him to do is to respond to the originating notice of motion so that we meet in court and stop this process. In any event, 2nd June is not today.
All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Frank Davis is a member of Ken Ofori-Atta's legal team. They're giving us updates on what's happening with the OSP. Now, moving on, Chairman of the Constitution Review Committee, Professor Henry Kwesi Prempeh, has acknowledged that Ghana's constitution grants excessive power to the president, a situation he says undermines good governance. According to him, most proposals received from stakeholders for the review process advocate for a reduction of the president's constitutional powers to promote a more balanced system of governance.
Some of this power actually is burdensome. We should not also forget that there's a flip side to this. The president does indeed have disproportionate power, and nothing good that you want done in this town can move if you don't get the attention of the president, and also nothing bad that must be stopped. Unfortunately, can get stopped. So whether it's galamsey happening in the hinterland or whatever, it is to the president that we appeal. Why? Right? Because on his or her say-so, action can take place. So it is burdensome power. And I think that a good president must not like it. Why must you be appointing all the MMDCs in this town with all the politics involved, partisanship, how many CVs can you review? You know that so gradually you can see that they are relinquishing that power small. They have actually decentralized it. Let's allow our party people at the local level to take your work. So sometimes actually tying the president's hand is actually good for governance. It sanitizes the politics. It lowers the pressure on the president. So because then you can refer to the document as a constraint. I cannot do this, unfortunately, because of this. In those respects, I think that it is, if you get a good president who is minded in this direction, they would be more than happy to give up some of the power. I really think so. But especially in this case where you are looking for legacy and, you just have but one term, what does it cost you?
Well, despite concerns that past constitutional review efforts have yielded little action, Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh is optimistic that the committee's recommendations will not be shelved as usual. He revealed that the final report will be made available by August 2025.
Part of the reset is resetting governance. If you are going to reset, we understand it to mean that the way we've done things in this place must change. That is resetting. He has the mandate and therefore the responsibility to make good on that pledge. So I don't doubt that this will lead somewhere good. How many of the proposals will see the light of day, that I can't tell. But I believe that if Ghanaians really do want change, they will get it. We've been given a mandate to do and complete this in 6 months. If we count the first month, which was used for organizational, if we take that out, it can push us latest into August. If we include that, end of July.
Now, the Executive Secretary of the Civil and Local Government Staff Association, Mr. Bampo Addo, has reaffirmed the association's stance against presidential appointments in the civil service. He insists that leadership should be selected internally and submitted for the president's approval rather than imposed. CLOSAC has been on strike since February 22, 2025 in protest against the appointment of Samuel Adombotre as Registrar of the Births and Deaths Registry. Speaking on the theme guarding the gate labor unions as protectors of service neutrality, Mr. Bampo Addo urged the president to adhere to due process in appointing civil service leadership.
People have been given the responsibility of identifying the right person and then presenting it to you. Mr. President, this is our advice, that this person is best fitted to be the registrar of births and deaths. That is what the Constitution is saying. It said the president appoints in accordance with the advice. So it is not the responsibility of the president to identify the person. It's the responsibility of the councils in collaboration with the Public Services Commission. Now, let's ask ourselves, we don't have a council. So who identified this person to present it to the president to appoint? And this is the point that Honorable Felix Ofosu-Kwakye makes. Who identified Bocho? Now, in the civil service, we have schemes for every class. There are certain categories, positions that there's no direct entry. It's promotion within. It's a progressive post. Everybody is aspiring in the best and best registration class. Everybody is aspiring to be the registrar. That's the motivation. Now, if somebody is being brought in as a direct entry,
Mr. Bampoado also warned that CLOSAC will not tolerate any attempt to undermine the association, reaffirming its commitment to upholding civil service neutrality and preventing political interference. You're still listening to the Midday News here on Joe 99.7 FM. We'll take a break, we'll return, and then civil society group Send Ghana has slammed the 2025 budget's 1 billion CD allocation for dredging polluted rivers, calling it woefully inadequate to tackle the devastating impact of illegal mining.
And we can see the Pra River at the moment. The color, you can clearly see from here that it's contaminated. And this is as a result of the illegal mining.
Where did I? Now I don't know many just sa. Obian, what to chrome her? And to want to say petrol operate energizing dreams for motion. Hey boy.
Petrosol are celebrating their 10 years in grand style. They're giving back to their loyal customers. Hope you have registered at their online portal. Don't say I didn't tell you.
Each month, customers will stand a chance of winning items like tricycles, motorcycles, television sets, refrigerators, phones, fuel vouchers, and many more. But the best part is that at the end of the promo, we will be giving out a grand prize of 2 Suzuki Espresso cars to lucky winners who stay with us all through the promo period. All you need to join is to visit any of our over 100 stations across the country to get registered, or go to www.petrosolcrm.com to register online.
Petrosol, energizing dreams.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, dear Niham sir. And stay soft concentrate fabric softener. I was such it move. Just send it this way, you hear my tina watch. New it's now watch. No, be a baby, and once some demoni in us say, dear Niham say. Fair quiet, yes, in Biara Association Ontario. Use stay soft and you hear it's now watch. Nani boss to tap from cry. A fabric softener. And ye near say, sir. Choose to stay soft. No who's so say, no. FDID a dreading crack to yatu.
Welcome back to the Midday News. Now, civil society group Send Ghana has slammed the 2025 budget's 1 billion cedi allocation for dredging polluted rivers, calling it woefully inadequate to tackle the devastating impact of illegal mining. Under the budget's plan for action, the Ministry of Water Resources, Works and Housing is to lead the exercise to ensure access to clean water. But before we present Send Ghana's position on the allocation, listen to Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Environmental Protection Agency, Professor Nana Makluche, on the state of some river bodies.
And we can see the Pra River at the moment. The color, you can clearly see from here that it's contaminated. And this is as a result of the illegal mining people are doing inside the water, right from the eastern region part of the River Pra. Then the contamination or the polluted water gets to this side. So currently we are here to pick sample of the water. I've received a number of proposals for the EPA so that EPA can clean up this water body.
Professor Nana Makluche is the CEO of the Environmental Protection Authority. My colleague Hannah Odame joins me in studio with details from St. Ghana's statement. Hannah, why is St. Ghana skeptical about the allocation?
Maame Esi, so according to their review of the 2025 budget, governments plan to dredge all the major river bodies with specific emphasis on the Black Volta, White Volta, Pra and Cobra, Oti, Brim, Offing and Lower Volta basins to remove their sediments and debris as well as toxic pollutants that accumulate due to the illegal mining activities was to restore the water quality. And the Galamsey activities, as we all know, is impacting, and the cost of producing potable water is also contributing to the unhygienic conditions due to pollution. However, St. Ghana is skeptical about whether the budget allocation, just as you mentioned, of less than 1 billion cedis to the ministry will be sufficient to clean all these river bodies that we talked about to ensure that they can access the clean water for the people, especially those who are living in areas that are affected by the Galamsey.
Well, the statement also zooms in on some of the budgetary allocations. What does it say?
So St. Ghana is applauding government, first of all, for incorporating the key citizen recommendations into the 2025 national budget. They are saying this marks a positive step in strengthening the budget's transparency, inclusive governance, and accountability. So government's decision to uncap the National Health Insurance Levy and allocate 9.9 billion cedis to the National Health Insurance Fund in the budget to them is a major step towards sustainable healthcare financing. And this action, they say, will not only improve Ghanaians' access to quality healthcare, but also help the country move a bit closer to achieving the universal health coverage.
Hannah Odame there. Well, still on that, despite the country's ongoing battle against illegal mining, the EPA has admitted it lacks the capacity to effectively tackle the menace. He spoke, speaking on the probe on the Joy News channel. EPA CEO Nana Makluche acknowledged the agency's or the authorities' limitations.
We are at a war, and the fight against these illegal activities cannot be done by any single institution. I would say we are mandated to protect the environment, coordinate all the activities about the environment. But I tell you that our capacity cannot meet up this fight. We can do our best. Looking at the mining site alone, the illegal mining site alone, it's beyond that. And mining is not the only activities of the EPA. Our capacity alone cannot do this.
Now, pressure is mounting on the newly appointed Inspector General of Police to reverse the centralized communication system imposed under his predecessor, Dr. George Akuffo-Dampare, which effectively silenced regional police PROs. Dr. Dampare's directive was also criticized for stifling timely information flow to media houses. This is how Joy Brand's manager, Fifi Kumsin, captured the situation.
Whenever a story breaks anywhere in the country, the police will direct journalists to the Central Police Communication Center here in Accra for comment. And on many occasions, when the journalists do, they get no answers. Almost every one of these newsmen and women has a story about how this decision by the police is affecting their work in the relay of information to Ghanaians.
Recently, there was a criminal case in one of our neighboring towns, Okrasi, and my outfit tried to authenticate and get facts and some clarification from our regional police command. Sadly enough, we were told to contact the national headquarters.
I cannot be here in Bolga in the Upper East region when something is happening, and then I need to go to Accra, nearly 900 kilometers away, in order to be able to get information to bring to the general public.
GGA President Albert Kwabena Jomfo in September last year called for a change. According to Mr. Jomfo,
starving the media of information in a decentralized system using centralization tactics is impeding the work of the media.
Now, COP Alex Mensah, retired, believes it is time for the new IGP to reverse the policy to restore autonomy to public relations officers in the region so they can effectively address local security issues.
How can you centralize information in such a way that something that happens in Boko, the Boko divisional commander, the Boko PRO cannot speak about it, but somebody at the national headquarters who is not at Boko, who did not see what happened, will talk about it? How? I know Mr. Ewono is going to revert that. You are going back to our usual decentralization. For 3.5 years, our PR officers are just sitting in their offices doing nothing, feeling bored. as if they are not police officers. They are not working. And I know Mr. Yohonu is going to revert that. And you know, your people were not even happy.
Well, the Center for Democratic Development is urging the government to do more to ensure full inclusivity for persons with disabilities. Programs Officer at CDD, Sharon Wills Brown Aqua, also condemned the lack of accountability for journalists killed in the line of duty, calling it unacceptable. She insists justice must be served to protect media freedom and human rights. We'll be bringing you more on that in subsequent bulletins. Right about now is what's happening in the trends, and Jackie is here with me. Jackie, what's happening?
Well, it's a lot has been trending on social media. It's been a battle of, should I say lawsuits? But one is from one side. So between Ken Ofori-Atta and the OSP trending on social media. Let me read a couple of comments. So Willie McQueen says that OSP, June is too far. Bring him to justice quick. Now we can't wait till June. Maltiti said that at this rate, man's going to be declared wanted so many times that they will put his face on the Ghana CDs. Okay. Yes. And we also saw a video of the final yesterday in Daniel Tufo, who was involved in the alleged murder of Joanna Yabani. Okay. So he was in court today and people have been talking about it. But away from that, this weekend was the Telecel Ghana Music Awards nominations. And one topic, one category that is making waves is the Artist of the Year. Yeah. There's Joe Metal.
It always does.
There's Team Eternity. They made waves. Like last year.
I hope Team Eternity picks it. Really, I think they've done marvelously well this year.
Well, you've given your... But there's Kim Promise, there's Stone Boy.
No.
There's Kim Paluta.
No.
There's Kweku Smoke.
No. Team Eternity.
Okay, well,
I believe that the majority of people out there will agree with me. They've done marvelously well this
within
year.
the last 1 year.
Yes. Congratulations to all the nominees. And that's how we end the Midday News here on Joy 99.7. I am Maame Esi Nyamekye Thompson. And next is Living Word with Pastor Mesa Otebo.